You're sitting
And
on
so
the
the little
couch,
bear
maybe
snuggled
scrolling your
closer
phone,
to her mother,
maybe just lost in
feeling
your thoughts.
safe and
Your dog
warm in the
walks over
quiet,
quietly.
cozy
No
cave.
barking, no excitement, no toy in their mouth. They just sit beside you and look at you. Not a quick glance, not a demand, a long, steady gaze. And for a moment, it feels almost too intense. So you look away. You assume they want something. Food, attention, a walk. But what if that moment, that exact moment, is the clearest expression of love your dog will ever give you? Most people believe love from a dog is obvious. It is the tail wag when you come home. It is the excitement, the jumping, the licking, the loud, visible things. The things that feel impossible to miss. So when a dog becomes quiet, still, and simply watches you, we assume nothing important is happening. Maybe they are bored. Maybe they are waiting. Maybe they are just there. But that belief misses something much deeper. Because the most important emotional signals in dogs are often the quietest ones. The truth is, that still moment, when your dog looks at you without moving, is not empty. It is not neutral. It is one of the most complex emotional behaviors they have. And it is not about wanting something from you. It is about something happening inside them. Behavioral scientists have spent years studying how dogs form emotional bonds with humans. And one of the most revealing findings comes from attachment research.
Do you want to go
Originally
for a
designed
walk?
to study how human infants relate to their caregivers, when adapted to dogs, the results were striking. Dogs do not just like their owners, they attach to them. In a way that mirrors the bond between a child and a parent. They seek proximity. They feel distress when separated. And most importantly, they use their human as a secure base, a reference point for safety in the world. But here is the part most people miss.
Love is a
Attachment
tail
is not only
wag.
shown through action, it is also shown through observation, through attention, through quiet awareness. In other words, through watching. Another line of research focused on something even more fascinating: the chemistry of connection. When a dog looks into your eyes, something happens in both of your brains. Oxytocin is released. This is the same neurochemical associated with bonding, with trust, with emotional closeness. It is what a mother feels when holding her child, and it is what your dog feels when they look at you, but it is not one-sided. When you look back at them, your brain releases it too, and then theirs increases again. It becomes a loop, a silent exchange of connection, a feedback system of emotional bonding that no other species shares with humans in the same way. And here is where that quiet moment changes meaning. When your dog sits beside you and just looks, they are not asking, they are connecting, they are activating that loop, they are reinforcing the bond between you. But there is something even deeper happening beneath that. Dogs are constantly reading you, not just your actions, your emotional state, your breathing, your posture, your tone, your silence. Studies tracking heart rate patterns between dogs and their owners have found something remarkable. Their nervous systems begin to synchronize. When you are calm, your dog becomes calm. When you are stressed, your dog's body shifts too. They do not just notice how you feel, they mirror it, they align with it. So when your dog looks at you quietly, they are not only
Knowing
expressing
she was
love,
there as a
they are
secure
checking you.
base,
They
the
are
little
asking a
poodle
question
felt brave
without
enough
words.
to explore
Are
the
you
world,
okay? Are we
always
safe?
returning for
Are you
comfort.
still here with me? And they wait for the answer, not in language, but in your presence. Most owners think love is shown through excitement, but from a biological perspective, calm attention is far more significant. Excitement is temporary, it rises and falls, but calm presence requires trust. It requires safety. It means your dog does not need to perform. They do not need to demand. They are simply comfortable existing beside you and choosing to stay. This is what scientists call a regulated emotional state. It is the same state humans experience when they feel deeply safe with someone. No need to impress, no need to speak, just being. And your dog reaches that state with you. That is what that moment really is. Not emptiness, not boredom. It is emotional regulation. It is your dog's nervous system saying, "This is where I belong." But here is the part that changes everything. Dogs do not experience time the way humans do. They do not think in long narratives. They do not replay the past or imagine the future in the same structured way. They live in moments, fully, completely. So when your dog looks at you like that, they are not comparing you to anything else. They are not distracted by what comes next. They are fully present, focused only on you. In that moment, you are their entire world. not metaphorically, neurologically, emotionally, completely. And that kind of presence is something humans rarely give each other. We look at our phones, we think about tomorrow, we drift. But your dog does not drift. They stay, which means that quiet gaze is not small. It is one of the purest forms of attention that exists. There is also a subtle detail most people never notice. The softness in your dog's eyes during that moment. Their body is relaxed, their breathing is slow, their ears are not tense, they are not alert, they are not scanning the environment. They are focused, but calm. This combination is rare in animals, because focus usually means readiness, alertness, potential threat. But with you, they can focus without fear. They can look at you without needing to protect themselves. And that tells you something profound. You are not just part of their environment. You are their safe environment. Everything else fades when you are there. That is why the moment feels so intense sometimes. Because on some level, you feel it too. You feel that attention, that stillness, that connection, and it almost feels like too much to hold. So you break eye contact, you move, you distract yourself, but your dog does not. They stay a little longer, as if they are trying to hold that connection just a few seconds more. And here is something almost no one talks about. That moment is not about what your dog wants from you. It is about what your dog has already given you. Trust, not the loud kind, not the obvious kind, but the deepest kind, the kind that says, I can be still with you. I do not need anything else. You are enough. There is a surprising insight hidden in all of this. The strongest bond between you and your dog is not built during the big moments, not the walks, not the play, not even the excitement when you come home. It is built in the quiet moments that almost go unnoticed. Because that is where your dog chooses you without being asked, without needing anything, just choosing. And if you start to notice those moments, something changes. You begin to see your dog differently, not just as a companion, not just as a pet, but as a being that is constantly, silently connecting with you, even when you are not paying attention. And maybe the most emotional part of all of this is simple. Your dog does not need you to be perfect. They do not measure your success. They do not judge your bad days. They do not care if you feel lost. They look at you the same way.
What is this
every time,
feeling?
because to them, you are already enough.
It's
and that
beautiful.
means something powerful. In a world where everything is evaluated, measured, compared, your dog is the one place where you are accepted without condition. That quiet moment, when they look at you, is not small. It is everything they feel without words. So the next time your dog sits beside you and just watches you, do not look away. Stay for a second. Look back. Let that moment happen. Because that is
And
the
so the
moment
little bear
your
snuggled
dog is
closer
showing
to her
you
mother,
their true love.
feeling
Not
safe
loudly,
and warm
not
in the
dramatically,
quiet,
but in the only
cozy
way that
cave.
matters. Completely. You are not just their owner. You are their safe place. The center of their world. The one presence they return to, again and again, without question. And if you have ever felt that quiet gaze, you already know. They have been loving you like that, all along. If this made you see your dog differently, take a moment tonight. Watch them, and when they look at you, ask yourself, how often have they been saying this, without you realizing it?